In these problems, we're doing some multiplication of things with exponents, and there is a rule about this. If your base is the same, so here we have 3 to the 4th power times 3 to the 7th power. That 3 is what we call the base. If the base is the same, when you multiply, you add exponents. So, let me show you why that's the case. It might seem a little bit odd that when you multiply something you have to add the exponents. But 3 to the 4th power is really 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. And then we're multiplying that by 3 to the 7th power, which is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Did I get that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. To evaluate what this is in terms of a power, well, the base is 3. The power is how many times it's multiplied by itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that is 3 to the 11th power. 4 plus 7 is 11. So you could, every time, write it out like this. The shorthand method is to add the exponents if you're multiplying when the bases are the same. So let's see how that works with some algebraic expressions. So here we have x squared times z squared times z to the 5th times y squared times y times x squared. What we want to do is take this a letter at a time. So let's just pull out all the x's. So x squared times x squared. And there's an x just by itself. You can think of that as x to the 1st. So times x to the 1st, and then times another x squared. So the bases are all the same. They're all x. So we add the exponents. 2 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2. That is 7. So this is x to the 7th. So that's the first part of our answer. Let's do the same thing for the y's now. We have y squared and y. So that's y to the 2nd power and y to the 1st power. I think that's all the y's I have. Let's just cross out what we've done. And we got the y squared and the y. Okay, good. So that is 2 plus 1, y to the 3rd. And let's do the same thing for the z's. We have z to the 2nd times z to the 5th. 2 plus 5 is 7, so that's z to the 7th. And then we just put this all back together. X to the 7th, y to the 3rd, z to the 7th, we write like this. And that is our answer. Let's try one in a slightly different format. Here, it's multiplication again, but we have two terms being multiplied by each other. I think the best way to handle this is do it a piece at a time. Start with the number, then do the x's, then do the y's. And each of those is a separate multiplication problem. So first we have 8 times a negative 3. That's going to be a negative 24. Then we have x to the 3rd times x. So think of that as x to the 3rd times x to the 1st. Adding the exponents, we get x to the 4th. So that's part of our answer, x to the 4th. And we'll do the same thing for the y's. We have y to the 5th and y to the 2nd. 5 plus 2 is 7, so this is y to the 7th. And we add that onto our answer as well. And finally, we get negative 24 x to the 4th, y to the 7th. So that is a little bit of work with multiplying with exponents.